NTPA Anderle Memorial Pull-Off, live from Urbana, Ohio on September 14th. Purchase your subscription this week for just $19.99. Pull Live, the greatest motorsport on earth, streams here.
Welcome, everybody, to our first edition. You want to go in the other room and see what it sounds like? Welcome to our first ever episode of Reminiscing the Puller, where we're going to grab a random Puller magazine from our stash, and we're just going to review it. So this one is from 28 years ago. This is a November 1996 edition, the Puller Hot Flash. Again, November 1996, price $2.95. The Redline Fever team sews up the Grand National title. So notice no roll cage on the Redline Fever. Those came into play in 98. So this is something we're going to do. Our team's been sitting around. So this is the front cover, and the back has you can really push your engine. You can really push your engine when you pull with Kendall. Kendall obviously used to be a big sponsor of the NTPA back in the day. So we open up here. Obviously, if you want more of these, the Puller magazine. So we got features: Esdon, Lehn, page 12, Pittsfield, page 16, Lexington, 18, Des Moines, page 18, Fort Recovery, Anderle Pull-Off, Essex Junction, Inwood, Minnesota Sweep, and then departments: Building Boost, the Bench Pulling, Hooking Up, Kendall Scorecard, New Product News, Manufacturer's Directory, Tire Tracks, and Pullers. Before the internet, the Puller magazine was everything. I mean, this is where people bought and sold pulling vehicles. This is how I used to keep up on who was who and what was what and stuff like that. So the Puller magazine, I know print is dead, and it's okay. We all evolve and we move along, but it's still good to go back, check it out. That's why we're going to call this podcast, if you will, Reminiscing the Puller. So again, November 96, Esdon, Lehn on the front, sewed up the Grand National title. So let's dive into it here. What do we got here? More advertising. The NTPA MasterCard. Wow, there was an NTPA credit card. I had no idea. MBNA America. No annual fee. Response to credit line increases. Get yours today. That's cool. We need to get it. We need to get a pulling credit card again. Here's Building Boost, rewarding excellence. Talks about your. For now, we'll just announce the 1996 Grand National Champions. Two-wheel drive John Heilman, four-wheel drive James Bosch, modified Mini Philip Fairbanks, modified Bob Joestak, unlimited Dave Banter, super stock Esdon, Lehn. So just six Grand National glasses back in 96 here. So let's see, WPI Chief CEO David Schreier, Financial Manager Don Shepler, Secretary of Administration Helen Swartz. I just think she retired. Marketing Wayne Gerbaugh, Membership and Points Paula Cox, National Sanctioning Director Tom Carter, Regional Directors Dave Chase, Ken Lamping, Member State Coordinator Cindy Lamping, Larry Richwine, Tech Director Technical Service Events, National Event Training Coordinator Linda Richwine. So NTPA board back then was Lloyd Thomas Jr., Vice President Mike Miller, Treasurer George Everett, Secretary Dennis Horst, Directors Dennis Goodwin, Earl Henderson, Mike Johnson, and Keith Theobald. It's pretty cool stuff here. Again, 96, the Puller WPI board, David Schreier, Max Simpson, Larry Richwine, Donald Holzhalder, Arnold Beimer, Leonard Fuller, Ken Lamping, Legal Counsel H. Eugene Anderson. So good stuff here. So let's kind of cruise through this here. The bench pulling, I like it. Article over there from James Harmon. Radio controlled pulling from Glenn Singleton. Email inquiries, Lynn Eichhorn, Kevin Jobling, and Tim Brightcap. Again, another advertisement for you to get a Puller magazine. So we got the first article, Mini Pulling at Hamburg. The National Radio Control Truck and Tractor Pulling Association was part of the activities around the Grand National event in Hamburg. The pulling action featured 1/10 scale batteried power remote vehicles. Here's Dusty Spriggans in control of her Dragon Lady Unlimited modified vehicle sporting two Lycombe T55s at Toma. New addition to the Pickle Road Gang. Advertisement here from Indy Cylinder Head. So 1996 Regional National Final Year Points Fund. Payout $10,000. Two-wheel drive, $227. The biggest would have been 7,500-pound super stock, got $584. 7,200-pound modifieds, $584. Again, your region points there. Page 8 to 9. Here's your NTPA point standings. Again, Grand National Two-wheel drive, John Heilman. Four-wheel drive, James Bosch. The Midnight Raider. Modified Mini, Philip Fairbanks with the Rat Poison. 7,200-pound mods, Bob Jostock. Unlimited, Dave Banner. Randy Petro was in second. Dave Banner was third. Bob Jostock fourth. Steve Klingerberg fifth. Tom Martin sixth. Jim Brockman seventh. And Judy Nipstein eighth. I notice they only list 8 on here. I don't know if that's just how many there were. Superstock was Esdon Lehn. 20 Mule Team was second. Terry Blackburn with the slow ride was third. Doug Roberts was fourth. Big Rig Series, All-American Tom Lindsay. Big Rigs East was Tom Lindsay. And then Big Rigs West was Tiger Reese or Tiger Rice out of Hastings, Minnesota. So that's pretty cool. Region 1, two-wheel drive. Where is Region 1? That's got to be out east. James Wilson, two-wheel drive. Four-wheel drive, Willie Omps. Superstock four-wheel drive, Luke Simeon out of Hubbard, Ohio. 7,200 mods, Randy Davis. Superstock Pro Stock Combo, Carl Schuler with the Super Moose. Region 2, two-wheelers, Nolan Hall out of Mason, Michigan with the Wolverine Hauler. Four-wheel drive, Rob Foster, Fairgrove, Michigan. Heard of that guy before. Scott Tedder won Region 2, 7,200 mods in 96. 10,000-pound Pro Stock, Ed Clock with the Red Hot. Jeff Rapp with One Bad Apple was number 2. And in Superstock, Jerry Van Dorp with the Screaming Demon 2. Would have been your Region 2 96 points champion. Region 3, Rick Austin was two-wheel drive with the Dirt Flirt. Four-wheel drive was Michael Connor with Nasty Boys. I think they just won a points championship again. Dennis Christensen won 7,200-pound mod, 10,000-pound Pro Stock. Gary Brinkmeyer, Foolish Pleasure, 5,500-pound Superstock. Randy Pleats, Princeton, Wisconsin, 7,300 Superstock, 75 Superstock. Matt Goodwin with the Intimidator. Again, we're reminiscing the Puller, episode 1, November of 96. Region 4, two-wheel drives. Randy Brown, Thoroughbred, 7,200-pound modified. Dale Burleson, 7,500-pound Superstock. Thurman Munford, Mechanical Bull. So here's the ad for the awards banquet, December 5th, 6th, and 7th. In Vegas. Holy cow. Harrah's in Vegas. And here's this Kendall Performance Cup scorecard. I don't know if you can, I'll zoom in there a little bit. But basically, Grand National Pulling Series. I'm not 100% sure what this all means. But it shows points leaders. I'm not sure if this was like a contingency program or not. That's on page 11. And Esdon Lehn, the best Superstock puller with the medals to prove it. Here's Esdon Lehn doing what he does best aboard the Redline Fever. His popular IH tractor that he has ridden into an NTPA record book. Again, no roll cages. That's just crazy. So before Redline Fever was born, Esdon's other rides included this one. In 1966, he ran hard at Toma in 1980. It says Lane Farms on the side of it. And then Toma's Winter Circle has been seen Esdon before his double appearance in 96. Fans remember this appearance back in 1980. So there's Esdon there. Pretty cool. The smoke is blowing, the tires are spinning as Esdon made one of his runs in 1989, the year he took a Grand National title in the 9,500-pound class. Bill Webb, Des Moines, Iowa, has been with Esdon for 3 years. Used to travel with Rob Russell through, even though he never drove workhorse. And one time at the Iowa State Fair, Bill and Esdon got to talking, and Bill was looking to move, said that he and Esdon needed to give it a go. As they say, the rest is history. So Bill Webb was a co-pilot. For the first time in 20 years, Esdon was home in Minnesota on Labor Day, while teammate Bill Webb was in Essex Junction, Vermont, where he put the finishing touches on the team's Grand National title with this. There's Redline Fever. A Hypermax ad. They're still around. And then here we got the Warren County Fair, pulling in Pennsylvania. This is a win at Pittsfield, was the first for Jim Lyon, while the driver's seat of Prohibited. Let's see here. Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Four-wheel drive, 20 entries. The winner was Cody Lewis out of Macon, Missouri. The Superstock Pro Stock combo is Carl Schuler with the Super Moose. Semi-double-A, Jim Lyon out of Jenison, Michigan. And here is about the Heart of Dixie NTPA Grand Nationals. Jim Brockman's Kendall Kodiak on his way to sweep at Lexington and the Unlimited class. Heilman, Roberts, and Higgins sweep their divisions. Doug Roberts, John Deere was unbeatable in Lexington, giving Barnard Beast a Superstock sweep. There's a picture of John Heilman there. John Heilman Wright made it in the two-wheel drive winner's circle not once, but twice at Lexington, proving his Golden Thunder ride was really golden this time. And then Randy's McConnell's Yellow Fever went down the track in Superstock four-wheel drive. class at Lexington. So that's pretty neat there. We're reminiscing the Puller 96, everybody. 28 years ago, November of 96. Steve Olson grabbed a runner-up finish at Lexington in his 1934 Keith Black powered Ford. This would be Steve Olson that works on Simons' motors, I believe, because that's the old Miller High Life truck. That's pretty cool there. So Lexington to Alabama, two-wheel drive. John Heilman won two-wheelers. They show 15 in the results here. Doug Roberts won Super Stock. Paul Higgins with the Kendall Kodiak won the Unlimited. Super modified four-wheel drive would have been Randy McConnell with the Yellow Fever 95 Chevy. Two-wheel drive Session 2, John Heilman out of Rockford, Ohio. Won again. 9,500-pound Super Stock, Doug Roberts. Dickerson was second. Esdon Lehn was third. Unlimited, Paul Higgins. Tom Martin Brothers. Steve Kugelberg was third. Super modified four-wheel drive truck, Randy McConnell again. BG Fuel Systems. Who's that? I'm not sure. BG Stage 4 Dominator fuel pump. That's page 21 there. Iowa State Fair NTPA Grand Nationals, 4 classes, 4 winners. Show Me Showdown pilot BJ Marino captured his first ever Grand National win at Iowa in the 9,500-pound Superstock class. So Session 1, Iowa State Fair modified would have been Judy Nipstein out of Fort Wayne, Indiana with English Chevy. Dave Banter was second. Joe Ader was third. Dave Archer was fourth. And Dave Banter was fifth. They had 13 in the modified class. Doug Roberts won the 75 Superstocks. There were 17 total entries. Rob Russell was second. Tom Dickerson was third. Stan Blagrave was fourth. Brian Hogg was fifth. Session 2 modified. Dave Banter won. Bob Jostock was second. Looks like there's 13 entries. 7,500-pound Superstock. BJ Marino. Macon, Missouri. Esdon Lehn was second. Brian Hogg was third. Stan Blagrave was fourth. Richard Cool was fifth. They're showing 15 there. And there again, we are reminiscing the Puller. This is 1996, November, the Puller magazine. We're going to do this more. We got some different ideas, but I think this will be fun for people. So here's a picture of Judy Nipstein up here. Doug Roberts, Barnyard Beast. The semis ran an invitational at Des Moines, and pilot Tiger Rees gave them fans a glimpse of unleashed big rig power. Modified Puller Dave Archer spun the tires on a Pioneer. Man, it's crazy seeing stuff without roll cages. Brian Hogg gathered a top 5 finish in Session 1 with a little Temptation. You can see that there. There it is. Pretty cool. Here's another ad. Oh, this is Diamond Farm Book Publishers. A full pull, the sport of truck and tractor pulling. So a full color book and video catalog. Just in time for Christmas. This is page 26 and 27. Fort Recovery NTPA Grand National. Action produces Grand National four-wheel drive champ. This is the Martin Brothers up here. Says the Martin Brothers Tom driving were the stars of Fort Recovery. They not only won a limited class, but with that win, the NTPA's 1996 Ultimate Challenge Series. So four-wheel drive, James Bosch won. Modified, Tom Martin. Two-wheel drive, Roland Barr. There's a picture of Roland Barr up there at the top. Jordan Lustig, Silver Bullet, there in the middle. Piloted Silver Bullet into the winner's circle at Fort. Distancing Terry Blackburn and Tom Dickerson a three-way pull-off. And then Dean Dowling grabbed his first career Grand National win when the Minis ran Saturday. The Dowling brothers. So Dave Banter won Unlimited. Steve Klingelberg was second. Rodel Knox was third. 75 Superstock, Jordan Lustig won. Terry Blackburn was runner-up. Rob Russell was third. Two-wheel drive, Roland Barr was first. Roger Simon was second. Wayne Roush with Little Red Truck was third. Modified Mini, Dean Dowling won. Runner-up was Russell Korf. Bruce Law was third. And the Mini Rods in 96. Session 2 Unlimited, Tom Martin. Martin Brothers, Jim Brockman and Dave Banter. Top 3, 95 Superstock, Terry Blackburn, Dave Marino, and Jordan Lustig. Dave Banter squeaked out a modified win at the Fort, topping Steve Klingelberg. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 engines on there. Tom Martin has found the new ride. And then here's a Hypermax Kendall Motor Oil Chevy Truck Challenge there. Budweiser, Wisconsin Dairyland National. Also, it's like a sweep. Midwest Summer, Pepsi Showtime Showdown, Fort Recovery, And the Budweiser Wisconsin Dairy, obviously that's Toma. The Enderley pull-off here, $2,900, $2,990.96. The 10th annual Enderley pull-off, one of the pulling's most prestigious competitions, took place over the weekend. Western Ohio at Fort Recovery Ambassador Park, August 24th and 25th. At stake was a purse more than $40,000 ready to be divvied up. Grand National Pull-Off Competition. Mods. There's Mr. Enderley himself. Pretty cool here. Again, we're reminiscing the puller. This is 96 of November. Victory Films was handed at Fort to capture all the action in the pull-off classes for their future television shows. Also filmed was an interview with the Enderleys as they visited the pit area of Dave Banter, the all-time Enderley pull-off champion. What Grand National I'll do here? Okay, so Judy Nipstein, Dave Banter, one modifieds. Four-wheel drives with Scott Smith with 3 bears. Two-wheel drive was Roger Simon. John Heilman, Dave Deppie did your top 3. Modified mini, the winner was Dennis Horst. Second was Phil Fairbanks. Bruce Law, still pulling today. Unlimiteds would have been Dave Banter with Mr. Chevy. Dave Banter Bandit was second, and then Tom Martin was third. And then regional national pull-off, James Wilson won the two-wheel drives with the Renegade. Modified would have been Brian Diekman with Rat Poison. Again, this is 96. Four-wheel drive would have been Willie Olms with the Enforcer. Rob Foster. Second was Simply Red. And then next we got up Napa Auto Parts Championship Truck and Tractor Pull, Champlain Valley Exposition, and Vermont. Bill Douglas Jr., native of Western Ontario. Wayne Roush isolates all two-wheel drive competitors. So Wayne Roush won two-wheel drive. There was 22 in the class. Roger Simon was second. Peter was third. Unlimited's Bill Douglas with the Spook 90. Roddle Knox was second. Dave Banner was third. 7,500-pound super stock. Bill Webb out of Dayton, Minnesota. Redline Fever won. Jordan Lustig was runner-up. Looks like they're ended up their distance for the entire weekend. There's a 576 and a 500 in there. GTS Fiberglass and Design out of Wentzville, Missouri had an ad in here. There's a picture of the old Hickory. The sole John Deere in this Labor Day Superstock class. Bob Robinson in Galloway, New York. A shining example of work of Carl's Tractor Shop out of Bennington, Vermont. There's Simon Says up there in the top. Pretty cool. Again, reminiscing. Here we go. Twin Creek and NTPA Grand Nationals North American Pulling Championships. The final event of the 96 Grand National Circuit. Tom LaRue. See him every weekend. Tom LaRue might have been long shot to win the two-wheel drive class, but that's exactly what he did in his 1992 Chevy S10 long shot, topping the two-wheeler field. Terry Blackburn second left up here in the winner's circle. And then this is the manufacturer Superstock qualifiers down here. Again, reminiscing the Puller. This is the 96 edition of the Puller magazine. Debbie Hackworth beat the clay at Inwood. Hey, what's this? Brett Berg at the wheel of a modified? Yeah, he drives modifieds. You better believe it. Brett this year hung up his Superstock gloves to campaign a mod. So that was a 96. Randy Petro, picture of Petro right here. Got the wheels turned on his Buckeye Hauler, rode in third place, Action Inwood. And then Rodla Knox down here, and then Joe Ader. Good stuff. Session 1 was rained out. Session 3, Tom LaRue won two-wheelers. Tom Martin won Unlimiteds. Enderley Fuel Injection, Riverside Engines. Had the Minnesota Sweep, sweeping the sweep in 96. Jack Kilmeyer's Double Trouble was Triple Trouble and two-wheel drive. 96. Matt Goodwin took first place in this year's sweep in the Superstock division. Tom Fleischman, second from right, swept the 96 and the 96 modified division. So session 1, four-wheel drive. Ed Jaglio, Pittsville, Wisconsin, with the Saturday Night Driller. Two-wheel drive was Jack Kilmeyer out of Nurse Strand, Minnesota. 75 Superstock, Matt Goodwin. Runner-up was Gary Whipf. 72 mods, Tom Fleischman with Brutus. Ron Linder was second with the Moonlighting Engler Chevys. Session 2, four-wheel drive Ron Linder out of Vulcan, Michigan. Two-wheel drive Jack Kilmeyer again. 75 Superstock, Matt Goodwin. 72 Mod, Tom Fleischman with the Brutus. And then the Miller Genuine Draft Showdown in Anoka, Minnesota. Four-wheel drive, Robert Dickman. Two-wheel drive is Jack Kilmeyer. CPM Racing Fuels, the official fuel supplier of the NTPA. 75 Superstocks was Lloyd Newman, Fall River with the Massey. Midnight Massey 2. 7,200-pound mods, Tom Fleischman again with Brutus. Session 2, four-wheel drives was Dean Turning with the Colonel. Hey, I've heard of that truck. Two-wheel drive was Jack Kilmeyer out of Nerstrand, Minnesota, Double Trouble. 75 Superstock was John Lehn out of Unity, Wisconsin. 72 Mod, Tom Fleischman with Brutus again. And then what do we got here? Albert Lee, Minnesota. Four-wheel drive, Michael Connor. Two-wheel drive, Jack Kilmeyer. 7,500-pound Superstock, John Lehn with the 5488. 72 Mod is Tom Fleischman. There's a picture there of Alan Andrews, the sweep in the Super Farm class. Still pulling Super Farm today with the Outlaws. Got some nice ads here. Power Stroke Electronics from Hypermax offering a new control module is now available for the Ford Power Stroke diesel engine. Bolt-on horsepower, gifts for gearheads, the Flaming River catalog, stopping power, Sportsman pump, Tech Network. Some more kind of a manufacturer's directory. Some of these guys are still going, some of them aren't here. Manufacturer's directory. States talk, kind of some information about each state. Iowa, Maryland, Wisconsin. And here is the 1996 NTPA special program. So some contingency stuff here. Grand National Kendall Performance Cup, Superstock Classic program. And the last shall be first. Terry Blackburn claims victory in the 96 Manufacturer Superstock Classic. Pretty cool there. And then here's the first thing I did with my Polar magazines. I always flipped to the back to see what's for sale. So this is how you bought pulling vehicles back in the day. So an IH 560 Superstock, twin turbos and alcohol. Oh, see, yeah, here's a IH 5488 436 cubic inch, 4 turbos, 3-speed transmission, complete tractor, 47.5, or will sell engine and or transmission separate. Here's an Illinois 1466 Pro Stock, fresh 570 cubic inch, no runs on new crank, Arius pistons, burnished hardened IH rods. Unit has hyper head, 4.1 turbo, water injection, 2-disc clutch, large transmission gears, 4-speed needle, we're in good paint, extra P-pump. John Deere 5020 farm stock, 619 cubes. We got trucks, we got a 4-wheel drive modified truck. Body, 16.5. The Black Stud, 1980 Chevy mod. Pro stock pulling truck. 800 plus horsepower, bow tie professionally built. A 78 Chevy 4-wheel drive. The Screamin' Mimi 2. A 91 Ford 4x4. Modified The Dream Machine, modified rolling chassis, Oliver 88 rear end trans. 30.5 Firestones, 10-ply tires, steel wheels, $3,000. Cole Scott. Mini rod rolling chassis, Wysong frame and fuel tank. Mini rod here, a 351 cubic inch Cleveland stroked Australian SVO aluminum heads. Best offer. Other mini rod for sale. Rat Poison. Holy cow. Mini Grand National Champion rolling chassis with Magneto. Dana rear complete, $6,000. Also new Midwest frame, rails, 300. Steel Dana complete. 410 ratio, $2,000. SCS twin shaft transmission, 6-gear changes. There's parts, blowers, and components. There's a John Deere 585 cubic inch short block out of Wisconsin. Be fun to call some of these numbers and ask them if they still got stuff for sale. They probably do. Hypermax 3LM chargers. This is good stuff. Bob Parks, back in the day, the puller specialist. So this is where you put your classified in if you want to have your ad reached. $25 for a maximum of 50 words. And here's just the NTPA directory. And then here's get the back issues of the puller. If you wanted to miss a puller, you could do that. So here, Reminiscing the Puller. 1996, November, 28 years ago. Good luck to everybody at the end relay this weekend. Thanks for watching. Reminiscing the Polar. Have a great day.